Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás, mi amo Alicia? Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison, and today we are playing Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries Ghost of Thornton Hall. Now, if you're actually wondering how I'm actually playing this, because I know some people are confused of how people are able to record on mobile devices, I am actually using Zoom, surprisingly enough. You are actually able to do screen sharing and use that onto your mobile device. I'm currently using my iPad, considering my itty bitty phone does not have that much memory, or, well, has too small of a screen, really, to play the game. Anyway, they're actually, her interactive bases all of their Nancy Drew games off the Nancy Drew book series, which I absolutely love. All of their games except for one, Sea of Darkness, is actually an original, which is pretty cool. Ghost of Thornton Hall is based off of BAM, Nancy Drew, a Girl Detective, Uncivil Acts number 10. And oddly enough, I do want to let you all know, if you're confused as to the binding or the cover art at all, it is because the company, originally the company was Cross and Dunlop, now it's Simon & Schuster, but Simon & Schuster, both companies really, they like to reset the series every so often, and with that, they actually changed not just the binding and the cover arts, but they actually like to change the under the subtitle of the Nancy Drew series, just to let people know that. Oh, sorry about that. I have a feeling I know what that video is about. Okay, sorry. They like to change the subtitle of the Nancy Drew series for each binding, just to let people know that the series that they reset is not canon from the previous series that they've reset, which is really weird. Oh, it's just a trailer. Freaking kidding me. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's for his other channel. Sorry, I'm distracted. This is like the worst timing to record. But I'm doing it anyway because I want to get this done for today. Anyway, the reason why both companies like to reset their series was not just to give out new stories, but also to revise the stories, as well as give it better punctuation, better grammar, and all that. They wanted to draw in more readers, as well as give their fan base more options of what they can read. And like I said, each reset is not canon, therefore what you are learning about Nancy Drew in each reset is not tied to whatever you're learning about from the other series, from the other bindings that you're learning of Nancy Drew from each section, you know. So like Nancy Drew, Girl Detective, what you're learning about her, which is in first person narration, by the way. She is completely different from the Nancy that you're familiar with in, say, the original Nancy Drew series, or perhaps Nancy Drew. What was one of them? Nancy Drew Ghost Stories. And I mean, there's so many different bindings. I can't think of any right now, just because there's, like, I can picture like the different bindings, the different cover arts in my head right now. I just can't remember what the subtitles they chose for those resets. It's driving me nuts. But I will talk more about this book at the end of the video, hopefully, just because the description of the book is actually pretty good. It's been a long time since I've read the book. I actually need to read the book to remind myself what it was about. But there are certain parts of it that I do remember, and I was like, wait, what? Wait, I think I know who it is. And then at the end of the book, I'm like, wait, so she figured it out by some mundane thing, but the criminal did it for a completely different reason. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyway, I will also be telling you how you can get a copy of the book yourself, which is awesome. And I will actually talk more about that at the end of the video as well. course, I want to get more into the game itself. I do want to mention Her Interactive did things a little differently with the mobile mysteries of Ghost of Thornton Hall. I gotta tell you, there are a lot of glitches, a lot of issues with the mobile version of Ghost of Thornton Hall. It is quite different from the PC Mac version, and the reason why I say that is because with the mobile mysteries, Ghost of Thornton Hall, you get the phone charms as well as mini games on Nancy's cell phone. That is actually what you normally get on the bonus edition for Ghost of Thornton Hall, and I think that's about it that you get from the bonus edition, at least for the mobile mysteries that you do. On the actual bonus edition, I think you get a couple of other things as well, at least when it comes to the PC Mac versions. But I think when it comes to mobile version, that's all you get. I think Her Interactive took pity on us for those who really wanted the bonus edition but could not get it. Her Interactive is really picky when it comes to the bonus edition. They do things a lot different from the Hidden Object Games universe, and this is where it's a huge peeve of mine. I explain this a lot more into detail in my playthrough of Tomb of the Lost Queen, if not the previous videos that I've done for Ghost of Thornton Hall mobile mysteries. So I recommend you check those out. Check those videos out. But I do want to mention that with every Nancy Drew game, when you start a new game, of course I can't show you here, because if I do that, I would have to lose all of my progress. But when you start a new game, you get a choice of 2 different detective levels. There's amateur and then there's master. I'm not going to go into detail about what the differences are between the 2 levels, just because there's quite a bit, and I can't remember everything off the top of my head right now. I mean, I did eat right before recording, but I'm kind of rushing myself a little bit just because of timing and everything, because of what I gotta do like right after I finish recording. So, because I mean, I don't technically have a busy day, but the way I have things set up with what I do on a day-to-day basis, I'm kind of panicking a little bit. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into the game, shall we? Oh, right, one last thing. If there's anything in this video that does not look familiar, it is because you have not been keeping up. Please check the description box below. There's a previous video as well as the playlist. I recommend the playlist because it will have everything that I've done so far with Nancy Drew, Mobile Mysteries, Ghost of Thornton Hall. And oh my gosh, there was one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is, with this being a mobile mystery game of Ghost of Thornton Hall, you actually do get an hour's worth of free gameplay, which is pretty nice. But after that 1 hour, you do have to purchase it, and that purchase is $5.99. It's actually pretty affordable when it comes to mobile games, and you do have to have an iOS 7 or later. Other than that, you are pretty good with that. And I actually have to note that this game came out April 2014, and the book came out 2005. Pretty interesting how they worked pretty fast on that. All right, let's get into the game. All right, so we have learned that don't use the compass. At least when I'm recording, it will freeze the game. All right, so let's talk to Wade.
That was fast. Need something?
From what I understand, the Thornton family business is very successful.
Yep. We got money and all the trouble that buys.
Savannah said Charlotte was supposedly a ghost.
Supposedly? You're
Not
being
supposedly.
rude.
In my experience, ghosts tend to be not real.
Then consider yourself lucky. In my experience, of which I have significantly more, reality isn't that simple.
Have you ever actually seen this ghost?
This ghost was my cousin Charlotte, and yes, I saw her. I saw her grow up. I was here the night she died, and I've seen her since, much as I wish that wasn't true.
Yeah, Nancy can be quite tactless in some of the games. Shadow at the Water's Edge, for instance. And if you see these little arrows on the side, that is basically the fast combo feature. That is actually, this is actually one of, I think this is the first game where Her Interactive added it. Not just the mobile version, but the PC and Mac version as well. And the fast combo feature is basically you are able to skip the dialogue of either Nancy or the person she is talking to, no matter where they are in the dialogue, and you can skip it whenever you want, however much you want. You basically you can skip the story of the game, whether it is to do like a speed run or if you just want to skip the story and do the puzzles, just anything like that. I am not gonna do.
See you later.
Get on out of here now.
We could listen to more recordings and try to get that recording achievement. I'm not gonna do that. And we could tell him that we saw Harper. Although I think I want to tell Clara that. Just because, yeah, he's still not back. Just because that is her niece.
Nancy.
I've heard about the ghost, but can you tell me anything about the real Charlotte?
My cousin. But everyone thought we were sisters. She died here. Joined the old family,
Wow.
as they used to say. When I was a little girl, my mama used to say, after we Thorntons passed, we'd keep on living right here. Every night would be a beautiful ball with songs and cute boys to dance with. She wasn't trying to scare me to death, but nonetheless, I did not sleep well on story nights.
It does sound a little eerie.
That was back when Thornton Hall was pretty. Now, I don't even want to entertain the thought.
Right?
Did your mother say much else about the ghosts here?
Too much. If she thought there was a ghost about, she'd fall to pieces being so sad.
Sad? Most people are afraid of ghosts.
She had this weird belief that Thornton ghosts aren't around forever. They got a short time
yeah.
to make their peace. If they don't, they get bitter, real mean and nasty. Until they forget everything that made them human. And then they slip into the cracks of the world to live with the others.
That sounds a lot like a Maliv. And if you're not familiar with Malivs, you have not been reading The Ghost Squad by E.W. Hildick. Seriously, that is a great series. That is the most underrated and unnoticeable series ever. Seriously, I recommend you read that series. Oh my gosh. I've been wanting to read that series on my other channel for so long. And it is so hard to find the, I guess the people who are in charge of his estate, because he passed a long time ago. I think I just have to wait probably a couple of years until it's been like 50 or 60 years, and then I'll be able to actually read it publicly on my channel. Otherwise, it's just going to be a big hassle. Anyway.
The others?
The lost souls. From an accident that happened here years back. Mama called them hungry shadows.
Why?
I don't want to know. She said they were all tangled together, lost and scared and mean. My mama was a good woman, but dang if she didn't scare me half to death with a regularity.
Yeah. I wonder if the people who worked on making this game read The Ghost Squad.
Everyone else seems to be avoiding the house. Why are you in here?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Not after the day I've had.
Fair enough. I guess I want to be close to whatever it is that took Jesselyn.
Seems reasonable. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell her about Harper, because I do recall that being moving the story along. Because it's not just because of me playing the game multiple times, but I do recall wondering like if that is a thing that could C block. I'm not going to say the full word, but C block you from trying to finish the game. And considering I did watch Gab Smulders play this, and she really didn't want to tell anyone that Harper was down there, and she was like adamant in not telling anyone, and it just like really C blocked her from finishing the game. So she's like, okay, I guess I'll just have to tell someone then, which broke her heart. She just did not want to tell anyone about Harper. Anyway,
There's a strange
Gab
woman
is
in the
precious.
basement.
What? That can't be right.
I swear, Harper was there.
Nancy, I've got enough to deal with. Stop playing games, or I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yep. Alright, so I believe I wonder there we go. We got an Easter egg. Booyah. Ooh, sparks. Look for it throughout the game. You may see a spark hint. These will help you locate areas or objects of importance. Look for them whenever you feel lost or are searching for objects that are hard to spot. I almost forgot. Let's bring up the task list. Getting organized to the task list tracks your objectives. To mark a task done, tap on the checkbox. Tapping the question mark gives you a hint for that task. The journal keeps notes of observations relevant to the case. I actually really like the hint system that Her Interactive added to their game engine. They actually started this hint system. Ignore my notifications, please. They actually added this hint system with game number 28, Ghost of Thornton Hall, the game we're currently playing, and almost all the games after that. I don't think they added it with Midnight in Salem. Anyway.
Check.
Oops, I think that was something that we did in this video.
Can't check that off. Can't check that off. Did that.
Yeah, we did
Still have
that.
to do. Can't check that. Can't check that off yet.
Okay.
Singing? I think it's coming from upstairs.
Yep. I think that's actually a signal from Harper letting us know that there's a note. Ooh! There once was a ghost who could only write notes. She lived in the walls and loved to float. She stood in the waves when you stepped off your boat. She skipped through the graves, and to you she wrote, push glass vessels and find me in below. Alright, and with that, we have a puzzle with IEBOL. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. So I'm going to go ahead and do this little puzzle here. I is sometime before E, but sometime after B. O is not first. L is third. E is immediately before O. So I'm guessing I could be wrong, but I'm guessing it's BILEO. I is before E, but after B. O is not first. Oh, but it could be second. E is immediately before O. Uh-oh, gotcha. Yeah, it... Yeah, no, it has to be B-I-L-E-O. I think that's the order. Why did I grab the mouse? Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh, this freaking haunting. Please don't crash the game. Gosh, that lullaby is so freaking creepy. We already know about that painting. Thank you.
The key fits, but I think it's broken.
Yep. Okay. Gosh freaking dang it. Okay. Give me a second while I... Why did I stop doing that? Why did I do that? I didn't have to do that. Actually, wait. No, I need to open the game first before I start the mirroring. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to the cellar first before I start showing the game. Okay. And let's go ahead and do that. Bada bada bum 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 bum. Bada da 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 da. Yeah da 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 da. I love America. There you go. Spin me right round, baby, right round. So we are actually able to spin around the room, which is pretty cool. We want this over here.
I need to follow the instructions from the note.
Yes, indeedy. So the notes gave us letters on these bottles, these glass vessels, as Charlotte called them. So B I L E O. Booyah! Right. So okay, yeah, you know what? We're about to get into it, I think.
What was I supposed to think? One day you were just gone.
It's Colton. I'd better listen.
Lexi. And I hope you understand how much that makes me hate you right now.
Who is Lexi?
Good question. These are weird pictures.
This looks like one of the pictures from Jesselyn's camera.
Obviously.
There must be something hidden here.
we... I know we can dig. I know we're supposed to be digging. There we go. Why aren't you letting me touch the box? We'll look at that in a second. That has to be the box. Why isn't it letting me touch it? Why isn't it letting me interact with it? I guess it'll have to be later.
What's happening? I better get some rest.
Yep.
No offense, but you sound really tired.
Been burning the midnight oil at both ends?
Feels like it. I must have slept through the day. But I still feel exhausted.
Maybe you should pace yourself a bit.
I know. Wait, hang on.
Hang on. Why? Is there a ghost?
No, I see something. Call you back later.
Alright, we definitely need to be calling them more often. But this actually is where I have to stop, just considering the timing of the video. Also because there is a huge warning that I need to let you all know about. Because the hauntings that we saw, not to mention Nancy getting groggy there and passing out at her sleeping bag, just those are huge signs. Sorry, I had to do something. Those are huge signs of carbon monoxide poisoning. And I seriously advise you to not take that lightly, please. Do not take carbon monoxide poisoning lightly. If ever you experience any of the symptoms, please, please, please call the proper authorities. Do not wait a moment longer. So, in case you are actually wondering, the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are dull headache, weakness, dizziness, nausea and or vomiting, shortness of breath, confusion, blurred vision, loss of consciousness, chest pain, fainting, hyperactivity, impaired judgment, shock, low blood pressure, as well as rapid and or abnormal heartbeat. Nancy experienced quite a few of these already in this specific video. Yikes. Alright, so I wish I could actually talk about the book Uncivil Acts right now, but we're basically out of time, unfortunately. But there is a way for you to get a free copy of the book, which will be in the description box below. A free copy, yes. I wish I could talk more about that, but we're seriously like out of time. So I hope I helped you out at least a little bit in this video. If not, I'm not doing my job. And I hope I helped you. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this video and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button. Make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays 6 p.m. Central and Sundays 4:30 p.m. Central. I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! I made it. I made it. I love my life today. I love my life.